Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. I guess in line with the general history of this channel. If you've been here for a while, this will sound familiar. If you haven't, welcome. And also, if you've been in the market for a couple of years as well, this will sound familiar. So, one of the major issues that I think that we have within the cryptocurrency space, this is a personal opinion, is that a large number of people are in the market for very quick gains. You know, that's not really a surprise. We've seen it over the course of the last couple of years, and since I've been in the market, and even more so since the beginning of these channels, 2016, 2017, the common trend is always news say Bitcoin go up. I buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin go up more. Bitcoin go down, I sell. And the issue is that people who could, once again, this is a personal feeling, people who could be benefiting the most from the cryptocurrency market in general, and this is as simple as you bought, you held, you still have, prices are far higher than they were before, that kind of thing. People tend to leave the market very quick. The part of the news is that there was a study done by JP Morgan and Sentiment, one of the on-chain analytical companies, who found that when prices dip even by just a little, the majority of the people who are selling are retail investors, the brand new people, or everyday people who are in the market. Usually things are categorized by retail or institutional. So you're either worth billions or you're a normal person. That's how they categorize us. And every time the market goes down, it is typically the retail investors, the everyday people, who lose. So they tend to get scared because it's a new market for them, or a new market in general. They've never been in the market before. They sell their coins. They think the prices will continue to cascade down because sometimes they're usually getting their cryptocurrency and or price news from a company or organization who has, I don't want to say ulterior motives, but usually there are a lot of other people out there who will tell you that the cryptocurrency prices are going to keep falling down and going lower. It scares people. They get out of the market. And then the second part of the news is what we always end up hearing about. And it's the continuation of the accumulation phase. If you've been, like I said, if you've been here before, you've heard this. When prices go down, rich people buy. When prices go up, rich people buy. When prices trend in the middle, rich people buy. It's not that they're more intelligent. It's just that they're more used to markets in general. It's similar for the housing market. There's no real difference between housing prices falling by 5, 10, or 15% because people are still going to continue to buy. I have a number of friends who invest almost solely in real estate. They own 0.5% of crypto for their portfolio. Their main thing is real estate. When prices go down in the real estate market, they actually buy more because they know that the prices won't continue to fall forever, because people need places to live and the demand will move back up regardless of how high or how low interest rates might be at that moment. If prices stagnate, they know that it's still good because you can't build any more land. If prices go up, they may not be buying as much, but they're like, I still have to get in on this. And it's similar to the cryptocurrency market. So recently, Sentiment released another report, and it basically is it was about how much Bitcoin was purchased during price stagnation, which is what the actual topic was. It says as Bitcoin ranged between $61,000 and $64,000, whales accumulated an enormous amount. And this is the article came out over the course of a 24-hour period. So they marked during that 24-hour period how much Bitcoin was actually purchased. They said wallets who had more than 1,000 to 10,000 coins accumulated $941 million worth of coins. $941 million worth of coins over the course of a 24 24-hour period. And the other information, it says, and jump. Yep. And then they said on the 3rd of May alone, so like there are dips in the buying, if you will. So one day there may only be buying from these wallets in the equivalent of 1,500 Bitcoin, maybe 2,300 Bitcoin. That's kind of the idea. But on May 3rd, it actually spiked. And Santiman said that Bitcoin whales, over the course of a 24-hour period, accumulated 47,000 Bitcoin. I was recently having a conversation, with a couple of people about where this is all leading. Because something is, how do I say this? The writing on the wall is clear as day. It's maybe just in 3 letters that spell out BTC. The rapid amount of accumulation that we're seeing from, and I dare air quote as far as normal everyday people. I don't think normal everyday people are buying 47,000 Bitcoin, but these numbers are extremely high for where we currently are in the market. Rich people, for those of you who don't know, within this space, and I guess all markets, are pretty good at making sure that price movements don't seem too exciting while they continue to accumulate a large amount of it. This is done, I mean, if you ever are fascinated or have a chance or want to look up this information, as far as how companies do it, when prices are stagnating within the stock market, they literally know exactly how much to buy to not really move or shake or rattle the market, to be able to kind of do it in the background, continuously accumulating. And then over the course of a year or multiple years, they are then the majority owner of said asset. There's a podcast, I can't remember the name of it, but if you get a chance, look up he's one of these stories from the guy who owns LVMH. What's this guy's name? Bernard Arnault, I think that's his name. Maybe, I don't know. There's a story where quick side note, where in the 80s and early 90s, he figured out how to like acquire other companies without anyone really like being aware of it. Because normally people now go on the news and they say, hey, we're thinking of a merger, we're thinking of a so-and-so. The way that he did it is he calculated and said, if we buy, 150 stock per day, over the course of a 2.5 year period, we will actually own around 45 to 50% of the company. He told his other friends to do the exact same things for multiple companies. So by the end of it, he owned 40%, his friends owned 20 and 20. They were the majority shareholders of that company behind the scenes. And this is not even what I think is. This is exactly what's happening within this space. When you see prices moving up and down the way that they have been in this market, it's indicative, especially if prices are moving sideways, of accumulation that's happening. So when you hear the news being this massive spike in buying, it's almost like a bit of an anomaly. Because when prices dip a little bit, or ranging between 61 and 64,000, those ranges are people slowly accumulating. The rise is because of the literal supply going down, and they have to whatever. And also then the normal people, the retail investors, selling off because they're frustrated with the market not moving. So it's a constant cycle going over and over and over, where prices haven't moved in 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm going to sell. I'm tired of this market. It's not moving anywhere. The prices begin to slowly fall back down, but the accumulation continues. So just more of a, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to even call this anymore. It's been happening for so many years. And if you are serious about being within the cryptocurrency space, it takes a couple of minutes of your time every single day. Just research, just learn more as much. I mean, anything. It doesn't matter what you're learning. Just continue to learn about this market, about the coins that you hold, the market movements and the other things. And because we are, in my opinion, I've said this before, but it feels weird. We are have entered a period since 2020 where I think that the wealthiest people on the planet understand that they can grab control over everything. It's not meant to, fear monger, what have you, but it's more of a, Don't you think it's odd, the timing of all of these things, as far as like the accumulation of real estate, the institutional home buyers who will own the majority of real estate around the world in the next, I think it's 25 years is the number that we've been given. If they continue at the current pace that they're going, there are certain companies who are buying like 800 properties per month. Like, it's absolutely out of, that's one company. And I think this is happening with Bitcoin as well. When you talk about the news of the banks and these institutions and these companies who, and I mean, even the normal analysts, the Cathie Wood, the Novogratz, etc. We get a lot of price prediction news, but it's now like forming into the exact same sphere. It's not really divergent as much as it used to be before. And I think when you're talking about the possibility of either next year moving all the way to 2029, for those of you who haven't been hearing it, the price predictions for Bitcoin from next year until the year 2029 range anywhere from 300 to 900,000 per Bitcoin. If you listen to a lot of people when they talk about what happens even further as Bitcoin becomes rarer and the halvings continue happening, and the less Bitcoin that there is, and people literally doing anything that they can to try and get some Satoshis, this then puts us in a world where, of course, it makes a lot of sense that these rich people are buying in secret, or even a lot of them is not even secret anymore, because we actually have a lot of the SEC filings to see exactly when these people were buying and exactly how much Bitcoin they've been accumulating. But yeah, it's just keep your eyes open, because something is taking place. I think it'll all make sense to us by some time next year. I've been saying that since the beginning of this year, since the advent of the Bitcoin ETFs. We've kind of been told or have heard that this is kind of like when we rocket and things go higher, and the accumulation also continuously makes sense. Because if they can continue accumulating like this with prices trending sideways, they're going to do so. But then the amount of Bitcoin, there's not a lot left. The amount of Bitcoin that's actually out there for people is going to continuously decrease. And once again, just as a bit of a reminder, because I know some people understand it, but I've spoken with people and it means nothing to them. It means absolutely nothing to them. If all Bitcoin were equally split amongst all people on the planet, once again, you would have only 0.003 Bitcoin. I think it comes out to 300,000 Satoshis per person. That's no longer possible. It is mathematically impossible. If a couple of people bought 47,000 Bitcoin over the course of a 24-hour period, the maximum amount of Bitcoin that most people will probably ever be able to have is probably no more than 1,000 or 2,000 Satoshis. So that's why I always, I was telling people, I always tell my friends, if you can have at least 1 million Satoshis, you're probably going to do great in the future. And I've been saying that for a long time now. But yeah, anyway, without skewing too far to the side with a whole bunch of other topics, I think the market is setting itself up for something really big. We've never seen accumulation levels like this. We've never openly heard of countries and stuff like that buying crypto, and I find it so weird that we get this news every single day, and people who are within the market kind of like lose faith so quickly. I don't know what's going on, but I've literally never been more bullish, because I know exactly where this is all going. Yeah, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.